that Phoenix, okay, something that we like to see, something that they've been playing lately. And TENSTAR is gonna go for the aggression, probably starting on A. Let's take control. Up to metal doors, apparently. You're muted, Vincent.
Why am I doing this to myself?
Thank God that I have your camera.
Yeah, great thing you can pick up the camera. In the meantime, what I was trying to say is that obviously Phoenix, I think, is still not the best choice on this map. I honestly have to say. I don't like this double duelist approach over on Breeze, but for now, it seems to work for Rix to some degree.
Yep.
Nikki as well as Latex chiming in, getting those kills when needed, but for the moment, Spike's getting down.
I mean, they've been getting good results with this. I think they've only lost with this competition to G2, but I mean, I think every team in Europe to this point has fallen onto G2. Okay, and this is gonna be the flash round. They managed to pull the plant, but apparently this is over and is going to be the first one for Riggs. I wanted, maybe taking some time, talk a little bit about what we could expect, but first round is up for them. And they only lost 2 other players. Doesn't really matter for this second round. This is going to be full buy, well, all that they can afford on this second. And TENSTAR today not hitting those pistol rounds as you were saying earlier today.
And this is where I'm just super excited to see what this entire best of 3 will deliver, because we're starting off with a TENSTAR hardly having any breaks. Something like along the lines 15, 20 minutes. And Rix, well, they come in here somewhat relaxed. I'm not quite sure who's enjoying that more, coming in after you just got heated and, fight to the max, or after good relaxation. Well, for the moment, Luzza finding the kill, 10-star, down to 4.
Yeah, and he was having a great day yesterday. I would say that one of the stars was Lethal, especially playing on Haven with that attack operator. Something that I personally love to see. Very annoying when you're on the other side. It's kind of different because you cannot create the space for your team. The pressure is still there. Here. Execute on B. Still with that wall. He cannot manage to see anything. He's not going to risk it. He's just going to wait for his stim.
It seems like a boy coming in with that little trailblazer as Brody chimes in a little fast. Hold on, TENSTAR still ready for that, and as they suddenly seem to make it work in something you could describe as an eco, Brody ready with the Guardian to chime in. Swarm Grenade comes in and hits its target. Yes, indeed. The second one as well, and he can just hide, wait until you hear the defuse once more come in. Has already used his second, and this means there's enough time for Otom. If he feels like it, there will be enough time. Otom halves it. Now the swing comes in, and it works in favor of Rix. Bringing it home exactly what was needed, and less than a second to get the defuse.
Very close, but for Nico, this is a great result. You not only plant the spike, you take 4 of the plays from Rix, and now you put them in this situation we see many times teams on. Are you gonna play a full bonus and just think of next round as your full buy, or are you gonna force and just go for all? And apparently they're just gonna go for this, played as evenly as possible. We're gonna see Frey with that judge. Costly round, probably a result of this. And this is a problem because they do not manage to get a full buy, but this is not a bonus because it's next round they won't be able to buy if they don't manage to get it. So they can right here on mid, the Viper Wall and Autumn here. Should be enough pressure, but Polby has, coming from playing against Liquid, they feel comfortable on mid.
They do. And at this point in time, I genuinely believe that it should be TENSTAR having a quite decent understanding what they can do better at that point in time. As Otom, yeah, but he's getting far enough at this point to figure what's happening mid. Hits the first here on Stanley. That's proper stuff for us. Brody getting those kills as well. TENSTAR want that first. There would be still the possibility of using a lockdown. That is still not necessary though, at least for now.
At least for now, they cannot get too comfortable. This is here. Oh, bad timing. Looks like this is going to be the first one for TENSTAR. I don't think they're going to be using that
30
lockdown.
seconds left.
I don't think
Spike
they need
planted.
to, obviously. Pretty much granted, and Latex, after getting that kill onto mid, he was just greedy. He wanted to protect his back, but he wanted to go for the Vandal, as the distance here on this map is just so big. Right here,
Here it
probably
comes.
just looking to save, I'd say.
Yeah, the only reasonable thing I would say. And as TENSTAR is finally finding their first, I'd be at least somewhat relieved that it's not one of those runs that you wouldn't expect. TENSTAR obviously with Breeze, quite decent round, killed Heretics on that map recently as well. Yeah, of course, decent stuff. At least they get the majority of the players out. That's decent. That's nice. But here we go. Rix, what's the reply from this point on?
I mean, they have to eco. Obviously, Frey's gonna keep that Guardian, but as I was telling you, if they didn't manage to pull that round, it was not going to be a bonus. This was not going to be a full buy guaranteed for them. And I like the pressure that they're putting on with Autumn and onto mid, you know, especially when you play double duelist. You do want the presence everywhere. You do have the more freedom of movement and of utility we expect to see, but still, it's not going to be enough. We're going to see Sheriff's, Classic, Marshall, and obviously the Guardian that was saved. Autumn here. Oh, yeah, that's the problem. You repeated a couple rounds. We're going to be free.
And again, this fight of the Union Jacks seems to go in favor of TENSTAR for the moment. All good, all nice. Specifically, as Stanley finds a good bit of information, Rix in this somewhat of a pocket round, most definitely won't be easily capitalizing on it. So, 2-1 should extend to a tie any second soon. I don't expect too many surprises now.
Yeah. I mean, they have to try because you have to die on this situation. You want to die to the spike. You want to die trying to get some kills. Pretty here's gonna spot Latex. Gonna definitely go for the pick. I have to say, I like the way that TENSTAR's playing in couples. Just knowing that the refrag is gonna be there, especially on mid. Especially on mid.
One enemy
Stanley playing on
remaining.
his own, but he can afford to do that. He's a Sentinel.
Oh!
Okay.
And here's the thing, I just don't like this for the reason that TENSTAR again and again will not get the majority through, which doesn't allow them to have a flourishing economy. When you have 2 out of 5 coming through, you will definitely not build it that decently, because you always have to rebuy for one of your mates. You might just only come in with somewhat of a mixed buy in the sense that you get a Spectre or something like Bullock in there in the mix. You don't necessarily want that, because at least in the first 2 rounds, and I'm going to put it that way, at least in the first 2 rounds, Rix have proven that they most likely have a quite decent chance in beating TENSTAR on this map.
Yeah, and as you were saying, it's just the duel there. It's not gonna be for any of them, and the chances of snowballing just become lower and lower. You have the plant all to yourself. They were playing for an eco. They are the ones that have to die. You can just go and play from window. You can just play from B main. You don't have to, stay in there. If they go for the chase, and the lockdown is coming down. He's not gonna find anyone. And Latex here. The round could be his.
There they go. Russ starting off decently with those proper frags. This obviously was just the ult coming in. Oton could put the hot hands down. The plant is very obvious. The players all separated. The majority close to the spot. The only one in a different position. That is Cypher that we see back up there. And Stanley might just open up the gate. His surprise momentum come in, but does the squad even need to help is the question. Well, Stanley's opening up the door anyway, saying, "Hi guys, did I miss the action?" "Oh, no worries, all good. No worries, mate." And so the third round comes in. This is the pick of TENSTAR very obviously. They are just enjoying Greece so far.
And I have to say, we're seeing from TENSTAR exactly, or more like what we were seeing against Team Liquid. And it is I change the tempo all the time. I'm gonna go between slow rounds and really flashy ones. I'm gonna read what you're doing in the map. Obviously, the Cypher was just not effective enough on A. The pressure was just not enough, especially when you have that Viper wall and all that utility coming inside the point, and also maybe playing double duelist, you don't have that much ability. Obviously, TENSTAR's playing with double sentinel, something that you do not see every day, I have to say. But really effective controlling the map when it's so big and you don't want to take care of it, of all of it. You need to make sure that you have everything covered, or at least having some presence. Oh,
There's the reply. All be at it again, but this blade's not too accurate today. What are Rix doing with the weaponry they have? I mean, that's nice and great, don't get me wrong. That's a proper hit, but costly one indeed. Lazar is just pushing through, but failing to make anything work. Too many angles to check. Late tanks will not allow his opponent to make a move due to the cage, but Russ gets the kill. And, well, again, Kaquka, the thing is, you have so many players with not a decent buy, just a few upgrades here and there, and they still make it such a close one for TENSTAR. This is where, you know, I start to worry to some degree early in the game, but I still do start to worry.
yeah, and Luther was just trying to break the time in a little bit for the plant and the Viper ult, and also just with all the snake bites on the floor. Just wanted to be a little more explosive, and just anti-time was what was going on, but it was not enough. He did not have even a light shield, so it could be done there. And now it comes a timeout from Rix. What is happening? Obviously, TENSTAR had quite the warm-up against Team Liquid, so they definitely know what they look for on this map, what has worked for them, what to do against certain situations from just like literally last map that they played. Like Riggs is not finding what they needed to on this defense. See what they can pull through.
And the thing is about Rix is that over the course of Stage 1, for example, they were beating the likes of Alliance, of Vodafone Giants, all those teams that actually were absolutely set as the favorite of those matchups. And, you know, they had this boot camp during Stage 1, during Stage 3, Challengers 1, they just felt confident with it. They were absolutely team building, having a different chemistry, different tools to work with to get your team on a new level. And that's obviously great to see, but I just hope it's just not one of those honeymoon phases that you sometimes have with teams. First time ever meeting and getting to know each other. Such things, I just hope it's not a one-time thing.
Wow. Nasty from Riggs right now.
And anticipation is just wild. But Leza is getting pulled, counterpart eliminated, but no further kills granted for the Jet. As Rusto and his teammate find some success over on the B side. Here they come, perfect distraction. Even leaving the little nanoswarm with the corpse of Fry doesn't change anything, but the plant definitely on that little nanoswarm. Problems start to arise over on the B side.
Yeah, and this one is hard to stomach because you started with that double pick. That was great position. It was a lot of pressure that you were putting onto them, but still, TENSTAR managed to find the way in, and now it can just be and Brody is gonna have. Oh my god!
No way. Seemed to be like it turned around. Rusto, eager to make the clutch work, will not get his flash in time, and it's a Sky versus Sky. He expects Mickey, but Mickey gets a kill in the end, and that secures a third round for the Rick side of things. Both parties always coming in with a British core that is supported by some European imports. Latex obviously being the IGL of Rix. You know, Latex is being that guy on the Rix side who's always getting so many compliments. With talking with players and people in the scene, he's calling him, they're calling him somewhat of an angel to some degree, and literally the angel with the one at the end, who's able to set the pace for his team, give perfect directions, perfect orders, and just didn't have this breakthrough yet. And for me, both parties here, TENSTAR and RixGG, are units that had amazing progress for Stage 3 so far. They just need to make it through a little further.
But luckily, we're gonna be saying goodbye to one of them. Still, that's far from right now. Still the first map. A lot to see, and this Viper's Pit that's gonna be stopping from anything too fast that could happen. Thank God that Riggs was able to retrieve that operator who's creating that presence on the mid right now, but doesn't look like TENSTAR is really interested on it right now.
Ooh. A mix of cages.
Yeah.
Stanley waits to open the gates. Doesn't let anyone pass. Another tripwire destroyed, but the wallbang, it's just a paper-thin wall. It's not going to be that easy, and that camp might be just done and dusted. So many players on the other side of that. A little too risky, it seemed for me. And so it is suddenly the chances of TENSTAR slightly diminished.
It was not risky, it was a mistake. You know that there's an operator moving around. You cannot just wait until it's such an open pick and just... I mean, you were creating the space and the distraction for your team. VALORANT is gonna be victoriated anytime soon. Oh
no, and I just wanted to say, if Rix are paying a bit more time and buying them a bit more time, that's what I was looking for. Could be possibly the flank from Fry working out any second soon, but that ain't the case. Will possibly hurt any second. Brody is still not finding the kill. I'm taking it back. Somehow the possibilities. But most likely, as a little toy gun makes the sound, will not find that easily. Perfect duo swing, 5th round secured, and that is well done by TENSTAR.
It was beautiful to see from between the pyramids, you know, one appearing on each side. Beautiful double pick, perfectly timed, and it is going to be the 5th for TENSTAR, but I was, you know, maybe even in the wrong, because he was creating the distraction enough. There was 3 team members of Rix just looking at the same door. Obviously, they have no info at all of what was going on the other side. Too many cages. Knew that the wire had been broken, so it could be a push, but the pressure on A was already put there, and time was almost there, so I would say it was a good distraction overall. Probably gonna use the Seekers on this round, and well, now that they know that that's an eco pocket round, maybe they won't be free to do it.
Till this day, I just love that he taught me the word pocket rounds. Either way, not too many chances for Rix, obviously. Latex desperately looking for a weapon, as the Swede is considering to make a move over on the B side. Nothing happened, though, for the moment. That little turret is going to find out. So your chances of survival absolutely diminished at this point. Which leaves us with the question, what will Rix bring to the table for the rest of Breeze?
They need to make a decision. They do have some ultimates. Run it back could be very important, especially once they've started that execute. Coming from a pocket round, as I was saying, so not much. I mean, it was close to being a good pocket round. A couple kills, it's not that bad overall, considering what kind of run we were talking about. And I have to say that TENSTAR had really to change their plans up to what they were doing against Liquid, so do not repeat it, because obviously Rix was there just taking notes. Put in a lot of presence here and a lot of pressure. We barely saw this in a couple rounds. The preference was definitely on B. Vibe wall is pretty different from the one, not quite, but different definitely from the one we were seeing from Liquid. And here comes the lockdown.
Patience is key now for him. No way that Brody's missing out and he's running. Oh, Tom, you gotta be running to destroy that. Is the attacker kill drive destroyed? Yes, indeed.
Oh, big.
And Lazar comes in time. It seemed so reckless to place that little bot on the ground when suddenly someone could be around that corner. That indeed happened. Lazar isn't done, and that's a jet on fire. As Stanley is that one enemy remaining. Tripwire ahead of him. Players left, right, and center. Chances slim. Now fully off the table.
And this is a big difference, because we're talking about a flawless round here. Definitely something that they needed, something that they were looking for. And they decided to start on the defense. They knew that TENSTAR was extremely strong on the attack. Either way, they decided to give them that for the start. We're like, okay, you want to attack? Let's just attack. Let's just get acclimated to what we're gonna see from you, how you're gonna do this against that, and how you come works against ours. So, got information enough, and I'm telling you the same that I was telling you against Liquid. This needs to be a 4-8. Even with that, TENSTAR managed to lose the map. Also, it was because Liquid, you know, it was just Liquid. Here. They're aggressive pick with the operator. Something different, definitely.
Most indeed. This is something they do from time to time. They love to attack that position a little further. Oh, Tom. With an easy one on Stanley, suddenly TENSTAR down to only those 4. A minute left on the clock.
Here.
And there's a bit of information gained, but I don't want to see some reckless moves again over to that position. I just don't want to see this recklessness again. It was breaking my heart.
Do have the camera on to A. Either way, timing is not gonna be on their side. Apparently. No one's going to break it, and with 35 seconds almost, TENSTAR has to make a decision, and that decision is going to be A, by the looks of it.
30 seconds left.
Plant is coming, ready for whatever is gonna come from CT, but do they expect this operator here?
The thing is, will Latex
Oh, they do!
They do, but Polvy not hitting his initial shot. It's so sad with Polvy today. The man, it's just not hitting his shots according to plan. Suddenly, though, the chances are there for TENSTAR. Otom hitting his shot. Same goes for Polvy, and it remains only on 2. The blades are out, and Luz are going to make a decision. Go for it or not. But as we see on the minimap, far, far away, his teammate will most likely not stand a chance, as he and Mickey will look for X's. This seems to be the only reasonable choice. Saving the operator. Uh-oh. And they saw each other. This is becoming a problem.
Oh, great usage of the flash, but the spike's still not exploding now. There it is. Spike detonated, and this is the 7th for TENSTAR. Though they need the next one. I have to say, I didn't quite understand the jet ult right there. You gotta give it to them. They're being pretty consistent. They waited for the Viper wall to come from mid. It was very spot on. Looking forward to see what they're gonna pull out on this last round. So I was telling you, they need this last round to themselves because they were not feeling strong on the defense. And Rix is just being consistent, and with the double duelist, they're gonna have so much pressure, especially on the early rounds. It's probably gonna be devastating.
Here comes the little doggo. And as we see, Otom playing very much on the edge of that wall. If he really passes through, he's realizing nothing is happening towards bottom mid. Legit nothing. Latex also taking the extremity over on A. I think they can rule this out here, Kaquka.
You think so?
Just a wild guess.
Oh, that's big, and now he has his ultimate. Yeah, this is a problem. This is a problem for TENSTAR.
It's a massive one. Russ is even gonna find out where Mickey is. And the options are there, but the snake bite on the ground is once we're holding him up. It's Stanley and his boys most definitely having a problem in this round. Otom having so much freedom in middle. But as Latex swings as well, easy kills for him. This is when you leave all the extremities open. No map control is pretty much the summary of this round. And this brings the 5th to Rix.
I mean, I would say it's a good result. The same way that TENSTAR is extremely strong on the attack, Rix should be. I mean, I'm not gonna say that they're bad at attacking, but compared to what we've seen of teams, okay, in general on the defense of these Breeze, I have to say that they do a good job. So probably that's why they decided to start on the defense. And look at the movement from TENSTAR here. They want to put that pressure onto mid at the beginning of the round. They want control over B. And looks like this is going to be a train wreck sooner or later because they're too close up together. So it's going to be Brody on his own. They're on A. And he's not even that sure of it because his position, and it looks for what it could be a retake in case it needed, because obviously if it's a fast round on A.
I do believe that TENSTAR has counter-stratted that. Because Rix usually doesn't be attacking their pistol, and I'm sure Spin is aware of this. At the same time, you can't be aware of it. It doesn't mean you know and have the antidote. It doesn't work that easily. Otom is on the triple. That's a ghost, not a book. And suddenly, it's all collapsing. No chance. Brody, good luck. Have fun, mate. But,
no charges left.
Otom's looking for you. That's not going to be funny.
Okay, I have to say that if that was the anti-strat, it wasn't very well thought through, because you know that they have a finish and he's going to be using a close flash. And why would you be waiting by the entrance of the site? Just looking at it. I mean, you know what I mean?
I feel you. It could have been also that I'm horribly wrong. Don't get me wrong.
I mean, it could be both.
It could be both. I mean, me being wrong, that's nothing new, I would say. But at the same time, right? It is still something very usual they do. Them pushing the B side, absolutely normal, you could say.
Well, they're gonna decide to go onto A, which is gonna be completely empty. And this response from TENSTAR. They were trying to see if they were looking for the same thing and hold those two cables. That is counter-strat. That is counter-strat because both of the cables there, both of the tripwires, waiting for the push. The plant is gonna be free, but the retake is gonna be 5-on-5. Latex here did get the info, but it kind of tricked him.
Oh boy, I mean, Stanley getting done. How many body shots were that? No clue. But it's still working decently with that little sheriff. He's just He's giving him a kiss on the cheek, and he says, "Hey mate, do you want to turn around?" Nope, thank you very much. I'm having none of that. And swimming in those DMs, so he needs none of those from the side. Brilliant stuff. Rix is bringing it into a tie.
Yeah. Is what you can do with the classic. With the Sheriff, Stanley did manage to do some more damage. 2 kills that they take for them on the 14th round. And also, we're going to see some run it back already on the hands of Rix. And especially for a bonus, thinking about that Spectre and just running in exactly to the side. Supported by that Viper wall and also the Sky, the Jet. This could be it. And I really like that they're choosing A to do it. I hope that we see it. Good thing for the someone's at least close. Oh, he's not gonna give up his position.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Okay, it's the right movement.
Absolutely. Boom. Flash coming in. Otom is gonna move in fast as he has this little run it back. He's breaking time-space continuum, but it doesn't change the matter of fact that Polvi is still on it. Excellent stuff. And suddenly, well, those were good hot hands, to be honest.
They were good, but still not enough. Looking for the plant there when the point is not even close to being secured, but okay. Managed to get a couple kills. Now they have a decision to make. Are we gonna get out of here? Gonna see what's coming from mid? Boys. Just gonna wait.
There it comes. Boom. Great stuff. Brody finding Mickey. And, well, Spike's still on the ground. Just putting that one and shoot. Coming for the shoot. Immediately moving to B. They're going to be swift and fast, doing their best Usain Bolt impression, that's for sure, as they sprint the 100 meters. Olympics are on, by the way, which means
30 seconds
pretty
left.
much trying to qualify for that. Otov is getting the Spike down. And the default spot, most likely it will be just a matter of time until he moves to window.
I mean, worst case scenario, he gets the bonus credits and he gets a charge for an or for his ult. So it's not bad. They still can defend it, obviously. Judging by the positioning, they should be playing together and maybe looking for a push onto CT. It's like, that's what we're gonna see, and something that I love to see. He has to.
It's planted for both positions, isn't it? And so Otom,
Player standing.
he can't
But
do that
that's
against Russ.
too much of a
He has
risk.
him on the radar. And this is the worst. Luzzer cannot see the defuse happening from this position.
No.
Russ is just right now sticking it, and Luzzer, no swing will allow him to do that as he finds first.
they're just gonna-
Uh-oh, he's gonna stick it. Can he find both? Can he find both? No, it's not time! Oh, Luzzer close to making it work. But it seems like the clock is not in his favor. And suddenly, the last grain of sand coming out of it.
That is just so unlucky. And I have to say, it was a teeny tiny mistake for Odom maybe to just pick there and not wait for Lucy to just have the back of the opponent, because that would have been a big round. I mean, he did manage to steal a couple guns, but still, man oh man. Oh. It was a bonus. You have to keep thinking about that. It was a bonus, and it is a great result for a bonus. Something that you gotta give to Riggs. Again, we're gonna see Cypher taking control over whomever is pushing from B, whatever wants to happen.
I've got your
The mid
trail.
part. Does he expect Wolby here? We'll see soon.
Colby by Latex, easy one, but you see those hot hands are on point, really. Brilliant stuff. Luzzer is conquering the pyramids, and suddenly it might be looking fairly easy for Riggs. Hold on, how is this just panning out? Left, right, and center, they're coming in. And Otom, last one standing together with Mickey. Heal, unfortunately, not available for himself. Now you can hope for none of those unlucky shots, and well, Frey's realizing what's happening around him.
Spike planted.
They will take the plunge or not is the question. Ult
Exactly.
is coming in. There it is. Oh, Tom swings. Can't find the first. But no, exactly where Polvi is. Perfectly communicated. And suddenly they put, well, boys of TENSTAR in a spot of bother. Pulverized. And successfully brought home the tie.
The usage of the Phoenix wall with like, okay, I'm one away from ult. Let me just plant the spike and I'll just use it from there. And you know, the recklessness of TENSTAR, I feel like peeking and then not peeking. We saw Polby just backing out a little bit. He didn't really want to take the duel, and Cry just find his death right there. So greatly prayed from Rix, I have to say. We'd love to see, you know, out of your comfort zone, you know, the uses of the run it back, not only for taking control of the early round, but also to meet round call and be like, okay, this is exactly what we're gonna do. Came up beautifully. And start again. You don't have money for a full buy. Just gonna see a little blade.
Blocking sight.
Polvi waits and is looking desperately for anyone swinging into his blades, but as they keep on floating in the air, wow, par excellence, beautiful one in the head of Otom. He doesn't enjoy that, and Rix only playing that one with 4.
And the blade storm doesn't manage to find any of them. Does use 2 of the blades. Not everything's lost. The position is probably not the best. Oh god.
That little
wall,
Viper wall is
honestly.
it's just in half body height. No idea what happened there, but here it goes. Mickey wants to hold them up while Polvi knows that one is at least nearby. Easily popping off the head. Can't get another. Late Max is forcing the issue onto him. Insult to injury. But Fry just keeps on praying, and this is the spike ticking and ticking. It goes on, and the problems start to ensue for the Rix side of things. TENSTAR successfully finding such a round, leaving themselves with a 9th advantage in this case. And Rick's next buy is going to be the interesting one, because otherwise TENSTAR might run away. Well, looking for a rifle for everyone.
Yeah.
Here you go.
And echoed a little bit, or as you say in the game, thrifty. But we definitely want to see some echoes on the chat. It's like what you get and what you have to see when Jet has her ultimate is something that it just happens in this game. And now the timeout is coming out from Rix. They got to decide what they're going to do with their own Jet ultimate and also with the Viper Spit if they want to play around it in this round, or what went wrong. How can they echo us like that? Where were the gaps that they slipped through on that previous round? And thinking, I mean, this will be, I don't think it's about results. We're talking about TENSTAR's pick. They're still close up, and as we saw earlier today, TENSTAR is gonna have a pretty strong attack, but on the defense, it's not gonna be quite there. So I think still everything's on the table still.
Fully with you on that one. No worries. And shout out to Synga, by the way, our observer who has earlier on pretty much has been showing off his new controller skills. The problem with Synga, though, being our observer, is that he doesn't find the little teddy bears on a regular. He's struggling with that on a regular. He doesn't know where you know, I think there are a lot of great observers out there, but not finding the teddy bears, massive dislike for me. No, you don't need to shake your head, Synga. I know you
If
don't.
there's another timeout, I want you to take us to the picnic in the castle, okay? Please. Please.
I'm sure he's going to do that. I'm sure he is going to do that. Nevertheless, TENSTAR,
Get out of my way.
as this is their map pick, they don't show us that full confidence yet. And I'm missing it to some degree. I'm really missing it. As Polvi starts, once again, unfortunately, a whiff from his side, but he's backing off immediately.
Destroy. Heal us.
He has to back off. It was the right move and the right decision to make there. Do have a lot of control over A. And what's coming on from mid. Want to fight it right away. They do know
got
if they're
your
going
trail.
onto A. Obviously getting that control from the tunnel.
Blocking sight.
For the
Taking it pretty
Seekers to-
slowly.
Yeah, because the Seekers were taking to the distraction and also the direction. What a blade to whiff. Unfortunate indeed. Luz are directly dashing in his face and still doesn't hit it here on Russ. Rick struggle once more. Perfect flash that is brought in. And the B side right now secured and sealed. No opportunity for Mickey. Shouldn't happen at the end of the day. And it seems Strout's continuing. No further options for the Rick side of things.
Yeah, double digits for TENSTAR here, and they wanted to take it slow, as we were seeing. They wanted to be explosive from people from tunnel, but when the first dagger was out, I feel like everything was sold out. Russ knew that he couldn't move, because if he gave up his position, he was probably going to die to that ultimate, but the cover-up from his team was good enough. Still, maybe he didn't even need it, because he killed him himself. I really like that setup. I hope that it repeated. Looks like Brody's kind of looking to it. And this is going to be an eco again for Riggs. Not looking good for them right now. As they head it on to B now. Prey has a 5 per spit. Could have stopped them. They know it's an eco, so they don't want to waste.
For a second I thought Fry would be swinging, but nope, ain't happening. And Luzzer gonna be taken out by Stanley. Well, we're heading into that 11-8. No big surprise. It seems it's a bit of a situation where I miss an astute play coming in from Rix. Well thought through execution. But I unfortunately didn't witness too much from the Rix side of things. Once more waiting patiently, who are Latex most likely won't stand a chance against Free.
He does have the spike. Maybe he can manage the plant. He's being spotted right now, though, and I don't think he knows about Stanley being there. Not sure about this position. Looks like this is not time for Colby to hit the shots. Okay. Okay. Got the last one, the one that mattered. It was, though, pocket round for Riggs, but still, they're 2 rounds away from losing the first map. This is a tough situation for them. I don't think they have any more timeouts, but it's not a timeout that they need. They wanted to retrieve and just go back to that aggression that they had earlier in the rounds, using the run it back. Just, I mean, it's what you do when you have a double duelist. Put all that pressure. If it can be together, then, you know, the better, the more the merrier. But I feel like they're lacking that right now. Something that you definitely have when you're playing a jet operator on attack.
They're just asking, hey, wait, Poldy's playing this position 9 out of 10 times. Where is he now? Where did he go? And Luzzer's just waiting for the mistake from the Finn. He just hopes, please, mate, swing a little to right, show me your shoulder, now knows, and that little peek made it possible. He's holding it from a different position. The Seeker's definitely giving him away. Luzzer waits. Nobody is peeking. Nobody's making a move. This is absolute patient chess. That is a right kind of metaphor. I don't know.
Stanley here. Very patient as well. About this moment. Oh, the Polby finds the first kill. Oh, this is bad for Riggs.
Disaster. And look at that. Polby on the triple. Does he get the quad? Nope. Flick doesn't work. Not according to plan. They're still looking for that wonderful little cipher on the left-hand side in the form of Latex. Whiffing the shot. Again, poor Polby in this case. Nevertheless, the chances are still there. Latex has proven his skill and specifically his proficient thinking around time and time again. As he's going for the second cage, he's trying to pass over a tiny gap. Saw the player, at least I thought so, and suddenly he's standing in front of a fire rinse rod. Unfortunate scenario. TENSTAR taking the lead.
Match point.
The critics were not the best, and you know that you're gonna have to save 4 map points right here. So maybe going for the save was, I mean, or even going for the plant. I would say both of them. I don't know exactly the economy right now. They probably have for a buy. I don't think a full buy completely. Talking about the new economy and also the abilities. Yep, that does not look like a full buy. Let's see what they can pull up. But
Time for a field
looks
test.
like this one is going to be TENSTAR's map. What they wanted against Liquid, they couldn't have it, but hey, against Rix, it's still good enough. It still keeps you in the competition. You still have to win the next one.
I've got your trail.
Little by little, step by step.
Joke's over. You're dead.
Polby, once more, a bit of a deja vu. Seems like we have Groundhog Day. Same half-sized wall. Otam is still going to be eliminated. The defender's Killjoy is going to be absolutely put to use, and they back off immediately. To the B side, they want to go fast and swiftly and make that approach, but uh-oh, Fry too eager.
And it's a nice way to counter it, you know? You just use the lockdown, you think you can beat the aggressive Rix that we needed and we saw earlier in the rounds, but you just cannot do it, and you need to do it this round, but this round is where TENSTAR, I mean, is where they have the most chances of closing this map.
No mistakes to afford here, really, for the TENSTAR side of things as they find another kill. Obviously, this could be now even Stanley gaining a bit of information. He finds the corpse, not the case. His ult not being put to use, but it might just not be that important as the man advantage is massive. Double amount of soldiers on the battlefield. Sluzzer, though, gets eliminated. Story told. Job done. TENSTAR take home a map that was chosen by them, and it seems like their own little living room feels comfortable and just the way they want. 13-8 is actually towards the end way more convincing than I would thought because, well, TENSTAR and as well as Rix back and forth over during the first half, but once we swapped side, it felt like this was obviously